Greetings and felicitations, YouTube. We are back yet again with another replay from the Aspiring Champion Tournament. This is DawnsElite versus Oak, who, for their blind picks, have selected Warriors of Chaos and the Empire. Karl Franz versus Prince Sigvald, both of which with one sorcerer to back them up. Chaos has chosen Lore of Death, and is that Death or Darkness? Doom, Death, something. I'm pretty sure it's Death. And the Empire has chosen a Lore of Fire Wizard. So this is going to be a heck of a battle. I've watched it 2 times now because my recordings have just not been going my way lately. It's been ridiculous, but here we are to see this battle. I'm going to let this go ahead and play out. The first thing I need to make you aware of right away, a unit of Aspiring Champions has forward deployed, trying to get into this woods without being caught, but the woods are more in the favor of the other player, who has 2 Empire Knights already here, and they're going to get a quick hit and run on the Aspiring Champions, but not do too terribly much damage. Also, a unit of Outriders forward deployed, who's going to come over here and support the rest of the Empire Cavalry. The Imperial line is going to go ahead and start charging forward a Chaos Chariot, and it's going to shoot the gap, go after some handgunners, and do surprisingly very little damage and get beat up in return. The Chaos Sorcerer of Death is moving up. We have the Summoners of Rage, the Dragon Ogre Regiment of Renown. A Chaos Knight is moving over to support the Aspiring Champions. 3 Chaos Marauders, and 3 Chaos Marauders with great weapons. The Marauders with great weapons are going to be actually a pretty solid pick for doing a little bit of, say, Empire Knight damage. Even though the Empire Knights are anti-infantry, this is a job that they can do. But the reason why I really like the Marauder pick here is because of something else that's going on. That's right, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Chosen. 2 units of Hidden Chosen that this player has decided he wants to try and keep in for the late game. Here's an interesting fact about Chaos, Warriors of Chaos. This is the unit banner for Chosen, okay? It's just a single axe. Here is the unit banner for Chaos Marauders, just a single axe. Here comes a spell, by the way, from the Bright Wizard. And the Chaos player does a great job to get his 2 Marauders with great weapons out of the way. His regular Marauders, they can pretty much be forgotten about. Summoners of Rage have already run over 1 of 2 or 3 Spearman units. You're also going to notice Swordsmen, 2 units of Great Swords, 3 units of Handgunners, which, as I mentioned, very little damage done. There's a little bit of a duel between the Death Sorcerer and the Bright Wizard. We also have a Halberdier and a Hellstorm Rocket Battery, which is already trying to do its best to shoot up some Chaos Infantry, which is what it should be doing. Chaos Fast Movers are getting into the backfield over here. Meanwhile, off in the distance, these Aspiring Champions are shrugging off attack after attack after attack from the Imperial Cavalry, and I was highly impressed by that. The Hellstorm Rocket Battery is attacking exactly who it should be attacking. Karl Franz comes down to hit Prince Sigvald, and the Summoners of Rage immediately turn around, hoping to get a big piece out of Karl Franz. The ambush is done here. The Chosen have come out of the woods, and they're going after this great sword. Now, let's say I am... Oh, I wouldn't have charged that Chaos Sorcerer in there. That was not a good call. Let's say I am the Imperial player. I see these 2 banners come out of the woods over here. I'm thinking they're Chaos Marauders, and that's exactly what this great sword did. They charged 2 Chosen, and they're going to get punished for this decision. Meanwhile, over here, the Chaos Chariot, which is I love chariots. But it's not going to get too much done. I don't know if you saw, but there was an epic dodge over here from the Chaos Knights who got out of the way of this this burning head from the Bright Wizard, and poof, gone. Bright Wizard out of the fight. All right, so this is playing into Chaos's hands very heavily. I feel in this scenario, because the lines are just broken up everywhere. It's sheer chaos, and you're getting a lot of really good matchups the way you want them. Here's a Swordsman getting beat down by Chaos Marauders with great weapons. Here's a Great Sword that's being slowed down by a Chaos Marauder, but there's going to be some more help coming to them soon. Summoners of Rage, they are not in a good place, unfortunately. They are going to get routed from here, but they will be back later. Chaos Knights are getting into dealing with handgunners and some Chaos Marauders, helping them out to bring the difference against these Spearmen. And these Chosen, again, the Imperial player says, "Well, they're just." I'm assuming here. I'm assuming that he is assuming that they are just Chaos Marauders. So he sends in a swordsman to try and tip the balance here. I'll just wrap around the flank. I'll take care of him. The Death Sorcerer was not the best melee expert in there, unfortunately. And the Great Swords were able to beat him back, and he's back in the woods trying to lick his wounds a bit. Karl Franz has had enough of playing with Prince Sigvald. He's going to take off, and these Chosen are going to rout this Greatsword easily, and then they're going to rout this Swordsman easily. Chaos Knights have gotten a hold of, yeah, that's right, 2 handgunners at the same time, and the Summoners of Rage have regrouped right before crossing over the border. Spearman is coming to help the Halberdiers out to defeat the Chaos Knights. The Chaos player is going to know better than to stick around and is going to pull his Knights away from the Halberds. With only 5 models and 600 hit points, the Summoners of Rage, they realize their best job right now. Let's just take the rest of the handgunners off the board. They're going to do a good job doing just that. Some Marauders still over here with the Aspiring Champions, still dealing with Imperial Cavalry. There's actually a greatsword over here in pretty good condition, and I actually believe that Chaos Marauders with great weapons would trade fairly well with, not unit for unit, but cost-wise with great swords. I just really like the combination of armor piercing and their melee attack of 34. They can land some good hits. Because as you look at the melee defense of 31 on the greatsword, their armor of 95, they're going to get a lot more damage than they want. I'll put it that way. And it looks like the Empire player kind of knows this, and he's trying to keep his guys out of these engagements with Chaos Marauders, because Chaos Marauders with great weapons are cheap. They're pretty cheap. I think 2 of them are just a little bit more expensive than a greatsword. Okay, Summoners of Rage have chased off 1 halberd. They're going to try and find something else to take on, maybe, or not a halberd, a handgunner, hoping to get a piece of these Empire Knights here, maybe. And Sigvald has joined the Chosen blob, and that Spearman unit is gone. Karl Franz is flying around, and probably at this stage is recognizing those aren't Marauders. I'm assuming by now that the Empire player was well aware that they were Chosen and not Marauders at that point. Halberds do a good job of chasing off the Summoners of Rage. There was a little bit of damage dealt to the Empire Knights, and now the Chosen blob is coming straight for the Halberdiers. Okay. Empire Knights are trying to chase off the Chaos Knights and the Summoners of Rage, but the Chaos Knights might... Ooh, I think that was an awkward charge because the Summoners of Rage's bodies might have gotten in the way. This handgunner is back, and this one came back from routing just at the edge of the board. This greatsword is chasing off the Marauders with great weapons, having won those engagements quite handily, so I might be wrong about that. And the Aspiring Champions are getting shot to crud by these Outriders, and the Champions will be running for the rest of their lives at this stage. There's nothing they can do about Outriders. Nothing at all. Summoner of Rage still on the battlefield, still can regroup, but there's not much more that they can do here. They're back yet again. Meanwhile, the Aspiring Champions over here, I think, they're routing. They may not survive this moment. I think the Outriders, if they get... Oh, there's another one down. Are they going to kill them all off, or are they going to move along? Looks like they're going to move along. Yep. Summoners of Rage charging headlong into Halberdiers. Not a good place for them to be. Probably trying to get the Empire Knight, but it's not going to be enough, unfortunately. Karl Franz is trying to do some hit-and-run tactics. Here goes a Chosen right after these handgunners. They don't know what they're in for. And here's Chaos Marauder regular version, and it's getting rear-charged by Empire Knights. A swordsman just disappeared off the battlefield. This Chosen just got hit at the very edge of the map by Karl Franz in a rear charge. This is very significant because they can become terrified by Karl Franz. And if they do, they may flee right over the edge of the border and be out of the fight. And a huge charge from the Empire Knights, and they're also getting shot up by handgunners. So this is a really good scenario for Karl Franz and the Empire. And here comes a unit of Chaos Marauders. They might try and get a piece of this handgunner and make it a little bit easier for the Chosen, but the Chosen are now losing health hand over fist. The other unit, however, is doing just fine escorting Prince Sigvald around. But all of a sudden, things are going to start swinging over now in favor, and the power bar shows it as well, in favor of the Empire, because without these Chosen, or the Chaos Marauders, and the other unit of Chosen, which is routing this way, all of a sudden it's just 2 units left for the Empire. It's just Sigvald. It's just a half-health unit of Chosen, and this is what makes Chosen such a gamble. They are not immune to psychology. Karl Franz on Deathclaw can rout Chosen at a regular basis. Oh man, look at that. The Empire Knights charge into the Chosen, and they just bounce right off and get punished for it. Sigvald is going to try and chase off some handgunners. He activates an ability to make them a little faster, and he's now got his charge bonus in. He's going to make contact with the handgunners, maybe get rid of them. Chosen versus Halberds, you can guess who's going to win that, and the answer is definitely Chosen. Outriders trying to expend the last of their ammo here, hopefully against the Chosen and not against Sigvald. Sigvald would probably be a waste. And here comes an Empire Knight charge. Boom! Right into the rear end of the Chosen. That might be enough to rout them. Yeah, the Outriders are going to waste their last volley on Sigvald. Not a good call. The Chosen are right here. Get rid of them. Single out Sigvald so that he has nothing else to help him out. Yep, there goes the last of the Outriders' ammo. The Imperial player is going to go ahead and charge them into the Chosen, I believe. Let's see what happens. Sigvald is going to move on over. Maybe a cycle charge here would have been a better call on Sigvald just to keep him out, bounce him around a bit. Yep, they charge in, trying to break what's left of these Chosen, and then pull right back out as he pulls out his Empire Knights. The Halberds are getting swamped, unfortunately. The Imperial Knights coming in to attack Sigvald directly. And just to show you what's left of the battlefield, there's nothing else going on except another greatsword. Remember that greatsword you chased off those Marauders with great weapons? He's coming back. Here's a handgunner with more than half of its ammo. That's a huge addition to have in the late game, especially against Chosen with low health. Those handgunners might have enough ammo to take care of the Chosen on their own, and they have the speed to kite them. But honestly, it's not going to be needed when you have Deathclaw. As soon as he landed, terrified, routing, exhausted, and believe it or not, that Chosen's actually going to come back. They're not done in this fight. They're gonna come back and again and again and again and again. But you can look at this now. The power bar with only 2 units is showing Chaos a lot more favor than I think it should at this stage. The bullets are coming, pounding in, and again, the target acquisition, not the greatest. I don't think Sigvald's your targeted choice here. I think you want to eliminate the Chosen, leave it so Sigvald has nothing left to defend himself with, and just, cycle charge the Chosen, get them out of here. However, I shouldn't be one to talk because Karl Franz is landing some major hits on Sigvald. Sigvald's now down to he's lost a third of his health. He has no more healing that he can do. The Imperial noose is tightening. You can see them closing in. Sigvald meets the charge of the Empire Knights, immediately KOs one, and boom! Chosen a routing, standard die is activated, trying to get a little bit more use out of them, and they rout. They don't have enough left in their gas tank to turn the tide against this many units. So at this stage, the writing's on the wall. I can just fast forward. The Empire takes this one back in an impressive display. And, what a battle. I love the strategies being used here. I love the tactics. It's a valiant defeat. I think so. Such entertaining matchups. And look at the kills. 81 on Sigvald. You love seeing 81 kills on Sigvald. One of the Marauders with great weapons, 73 kills. Chosen, 83, 147. Chaos Knights, 99. Summoners of Rage, 71. Karl Franz, 42. This greatsword, 157. 133 on this Empire Knight. 39 on an Outrider, a single Outrider. 67 on a Swordsman. Are you kidding me? Would you ever see 67 kills on a Swordsman? This battle had everything. It had low-tier infantry, high-tier infantry. It had excellent charges. It had flying units. It had spells which way and across. What a battle. Oak going to the finals to face off against... brain fart. against the Dark Elf player from the other matchup. Can't wait to see the final match. I hope I can get Heir of Carthage to cast that battle himself for his own channel. If not, you will see it on mine, 100% guaranteed. If he doesn't anyway, I will definitely put it up on my channel for you to watch. Anyway, I hope everybody had a great time. I know I did. I will see you all in the next video.